Charlie Sanborn on the move. Oh, he's going to get tagged. Saves it. He'll lose a couple of spots off the 16 car of Trevor Ward. Nate Barth in the 04 car out to the early lead. John Gahan slips back to second. How about Bobby Timmons? Wyndham's own Bobby Timmons in the Primer Princess. Up into the second spot for the moment. Not sure what happened to Nate Barth there. He has dropped back considerably. Maybe a bit of a disconnect there. But Bobby Timmons trying to reel in the top spot. A little further back, it's Trevor Ward, McKean in the 1, Jason DiOrio in the 15. So Gahan continues to lead. Gahan, a second-generation driver. His father was a late model sportsman and pro stock competitor for a number of years. Timmons, though, in the 13, I'm sure he just wants to make one of these big shows. Call himself a B-main hero in pre-race practice. Tonight he wants to avoid the B-main here at New Smyrna Speedway, wants to qualify for the Riptide Rumble. He is in good position so far, just past the halfway point. Gahan in the 27, Timmons in the 13, Ward, McKean, DiOrio, and Brennan in the 31. He were top 6. Jake Grout, Gabe Goley, Nate Barth, Charlie Sanborn, all in the top 10 for the moment. Sanborn, I believe he may have called it an evening. He may have to go on to the last chance qualifier. So Gahan continues to click off laps. Just a handful of them left to go. Timmons hasn't been able to close in. It's 0.4 of a second lead for the 27 car running the Landon Huffman colors. Now 4 to go as they reach the stripe. Timmons in the 13 still can't close in. He's down to a couple of car lengths now. We got one hard on the wall in the backstretch. Not sure who that would have been. Somebody getting turned hard into the inside wall. One returning to the racetrack. That's the 9 car. Running the Evernham colors. The Giampa. Apologies if I'm getting any names wrong. Jake Grout has gone around. The 8 car. Bobby Timmons gets into it with the lap car. Is that going to cost Bobby Timmons a qualifying position? Does not look like it. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Timmons still in a good transfer position. If he can hold on for 1 more lap, this will be huge for the Wyndham driver. Down the backstretch, 1 final time though. It's going to be, oh, Canada. Driver heads off into 3, out of 4. Checkered flag in the air. John Gahan going to win heat race number 2. Bobby Timmons comes home second, Ward third. Brendan fourth, Gabe Goley qualifies, and Nate Barth sneaks in at the line to take the final transfer position through heat race competition. So apologies for the sound issues through the first heat race. We've got that sorted out now. Looking for some great racing on the high banks of New Smyrna Speedway. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in so far. This is a big effort through the Black Flag podcast, through BFP, through everybody that wants to be a part of this. We've had a lot of drivers come through here, a lot of big name drivers come through, racing hard, racing with everybody on the service. It's a great way for these Tuesday nights to go by a little quicker. We are into racing season now as we approach June, so we do have this event and one event left to go. That'll be the finale at the Five Flag Speedway in 1 week's time. But for now, we are here with the Riptide Rumble at New Smyrna Speedway. So the Conti ready to roll out onto the track. This will be the last chance qualifier for these drivers. And a big field we will have as the cars and stars of the BFP iLate Model Stock Car Tour ready to do battle. One host of the program is already qualified. The other one going to start deep in this field. We'll get you a starting lineup here in just a few moments. You see Jake Grout there in the 49. He went for a spin in his heat race. So he'll have some ground to make up in the last chance qualifier. Looks like the 95 of Scott Dinnan back there as well. The 17 of Angel Waregi going to start on one of the final rows. Off turn number 4, one more time. Green flag in the air. Side by side into turn number 1. Curtis in the 57, Gabe Goley in this last chance race. Not sure if he had some sort of technical infraction after his heat race, but Gabe Goley now in the last chance event. Mason Dunn, Campbell in the 37 car, Griffin in the 25, Jason Diorio, Sean Miner in the 98. A lot of big, heavy-hitting drivers here. Speaking of heavy hits, trying to move out of the way. The 51 car holds on to the top spot for the moment. Curtis with the send to the inside. Can't make anything happen that time. 51 of Potter continues to lead. It's an 18-lap last chance qualifier. Only a couple of drivers making it to the big show. Everybody else going to have to stand in line at the hot dog stand. Trading some paint down the backstretch into 3, side by side. It's Campbell trying to work underneath Goley. Goley up into the fence. Oh, race control might not be happy with that move. That was a little bit filthy. Griffin in the 25 now. The silver and neon yellow colors. That is a sharp-looking race car. Not sharp enough maybe to make the main show. He's got some work to do. Potter in the 51, Curtis in the 57. Your top 2 at the moment. I believe that's all we're taking out of this last chance race. So an update on BFP hosts qualifying into the big show. Bobby Timmons has already done so. Charlie Sanborn looks like he's tail of the field in this one so far. Scott Dinnan as well, our race director. Looks like he may be out of the event. Gabe Goley has pulled it behind the wall as well. So tough break for BFP Night in North America's most popular driver. Laps complete this time. Potter in the 51 hasn't really gained any sort of an advantage over the 57 from the last couple of laps. It's about a second lead here at New Smyrna. Curtis in the 57 back in second. All kinds of pressure from behind. The 37 of Campbell is there. Joe Campbell in the 37 looks to the inside. I think he made the pass stick that time. He'll look underneath once again. Curtis going to shut the door, but he'll drift up the track. Curtis off the corner. Tried to pinch Campbell to the inside. It's not going to work. Campbell now up to second. Here comes Griffin in the 25. Griffin now only has one more spot to try and take this win away, or qualifying win rather, from the 57. Potter has got this thing on lock out front as we reach 5 to go, 5 laps to go with Potter in the 51 car. The Riptide Rumble 100, all part of BFB Night in North America. Campbell in the 37. He's got 2 car lengths now over Griffin. Griffin closes in the 25. This is the battle on the racetrack. Potter continues to log laps. He is solidly out front. But this transfer position is up for grabs, ladies and gentlemen. This is the battle on the high banks. One of these drivers is going to walk away with a deep in the field qualifying position. The other one will have to go to the hot dog stand and to the grandstands to watch the rest of this event. Three laps to go, coming up with 2 to go. Sticks in the air this time. 2 to go for Potter. Out front in the 51. Griffin in the 25 is all over the 37. He smells blood in the water. The shark is coming and high tide is here. The 37 has got to get a move on. Little loose off the bottom of the racetrack. White flag in the air, a half a lap left to go. Potter is going to walk away with this win, but who is going to end up in the final transfer position? It'll be a last lap, last corner dive. He will not get there. Potter's going to win it. Campbell's going to come home second. A little contact at the end with Jake Grout in the 49 car. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, if your favorite driver has made the field, be sure to cheer them on. If they have not, then, well, enjoy the remainder of the show. It's going to be huge here tonight. A full field of 30 late model stock race cars on the high banks of the new Smyrna Speedway. 100 laps the distance. It's the Riptide Rumble 100. Keep an eye on driver number 72, Ryan Kuhn. He's come from the back to win these events a couple of times. He's won 5 times this season. Ryan Borges has a win as well at the Oxford Plains Speedway with the Parking Lot Party 150. Casey Biotti, winner at the Nicebreaker. How about Adam Jocelyn, who has been there in pretty well every one of these races at the end, but has not been able to seal the deal. Drivers roll out onto the racetrack now. It's going to be a 100-lap main event. This time across the stripe. Let's hear for them, folks. Let's wave your favorite driver off. Send them off. It's the Riptide Rumble 100 here at New Smyrna Speedway. And joining me up in the booth tonight, one of the drivers who unfortunately did not make the main show, Mason Dunn. Mason, how was your qualifying efforts?
You know, boys, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. For the first time this season, I was the bug. I had a little trouble in each heat. Didn't treat you as well as I wanted to, but we're here to have some fun. We're going to enjoy a great feature.
Glad to have you up here in the booth with me. We're going to have some fantastic racing here. How about our front row now as a couple of our faster drivers move to the rear of the field? How about Adam Jocelyn on the outside of the front row? Adam is looking for a big win in one of these events. Could tonight be the night, Mason?
He's been knocking on the door, but I think it's all a matter of how soon can those guys get up through traffic, and how clean is the first 20 laps going to be. And then we got some X factors out there with the fuel mileage capacity of these cars.
Absolutely, it's late model stock racing here at New Smyrna Speedway. The Riptide Rumble 100 is underway. Down into turn number 1, Leclerc in the 33.
Trouble.
We got trouble already in this event. Imagine a couple of cars have gone around.
Another one in turn 3. 2 more in turn 3.
Yes, we got carnage all over this racetrack. Caution comes out for the first time. New Smyrna Speedway is not a wide racetrack. It's high banked, it's fast, but there's not a lot of room to operate. And we see some drivers already tore up. I believe that was the 16 car. Yeah, Trevor Ward ends up on the inside wall.
Nate Barth already having some right front issues. Looks like it's on the ground.
Yeah, Nate Barth, a regular at the Oxford Plains Speedway. Moving up into the limiteds. A couple of cars getting turned around here. We'll find a replay here. Tom, the modified guy. Oh, Jake Grout into Sean Miner. That kind of jacks things up a little bit.
But imagine that, Jake Grout into somebody.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times this season. Plemons in the 67. He's up against the wall, just out of the camera frame there. I don't think Jake Grout has too many pals racing with him, maybe a couple, but a lot of the field has had run-ins with that 49 car this season, so they will be not too pleased with him. And that's just one of the incidents that brings us under caution.
Eventually the pay window is going to open on him, and there's going to be a lot of Colette.
Yeah, they may have to re-clip a race car if retaliation should come to that. We definitely don't want to see that, but, you know, sometimes we can't control what happens here in the booth. So just a couple laps into this one, Leclerc in the 33, leading over Adam Jocelyn. Ricky in the 73, I believe I'm saying that right. Woodrow next in line. He'll line up on the outside of row number 2. Jason Ricker in the 34. Thomas in the 3 has been strong this season. Just needs a little bit of luck. Rose in the 78. John Gahan, Tyler Wood, a couple of drivers that won their heat races. And our very own Bobby Timmons rounding out the top 10 for the moment. One lap to go, Mason. We're going to see some racing here in just a moment. What about patience here? How are these drivers going to exercise patience?
Coming from a late model stock guy perspective, they're probably not. And that's a problem with late model stock at times is a lack of patience and not executing at the right time. So I think you're going to see right here in the mid-pack a little lack of patience through 1 and 2.
It's a green flag back in the air, and we are underway.
Yeah, we're on 3 wide already off of 2, so.
Adam Jocelyn in the 83 trying to close in. We've already got lap traffic here. Not sure what bunched up the field on the restart, but a lot of drivers in danger already of going down a lap. Roger Saucier is one of them. Looking further back, John Gahan is all over Jason Ricker. Tyler Wood in the 32. He's working over Bobby Timmons, but up front, these drivers have now got to navigate some lap traffic. I saw Sean Miner there around on the front stretch.
Sean Miner caught a turning around 43 car, I believe it was. 84, I'm sorry. He caught it hard, and the left front is killed on the 84. He can't get to pit road. Bobby Timmons having problems in turn 4.
Timmons will not be pleased with that one. He's got damage to that race car. It is tore up. It is not driving the right way. He gets into the 25 car. So he'll find Griffin. And, Clemens smokes the 25.
Oh, you don't want to back out your driveway.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, we've got cars tore up here. Oh, Adam Jocelyn is in it. Jocelyn is tore up. Wow, the driving standards here tonight are abysmal. This is really unfortunate, but not how we wanted to see it.
A little too much like a pro-late race during speed weeks.
I would imagine, from race control perspective, some of these drivers are about to be parked. I think race control has seen enough.
They're about to invoke the rage of Tom the Modified Guy. And let me tell you, it's not friendly.
Oh, that...
And we're wrecking on pit road.
Oh, we got wrecking on pit road. What is happening here tonight? You know what? If we need to park some cars and make this a 20-car race, I think it's better for the fans, better for the show if we do just that. See Ryan Kuhn here in the 72, checking the replay there.
Yeah, race control in ears, and they are not pleased.
Yeah, no, I don't imagine so. We do have one lap to go until green. I believe green flag is back out. Oh, the 33 car. Yeah, 33 Leclerc gets, maybe they find a little bit of contact with Jocelyn. Jocelyn rolls the outside. He'll take the top spot.
I mean, I've been jumped on the front stretch once again.
Oh my goodness. Roger Saucier goes around on the backstretch. Caution flag comes back out. Sean Miner around once again. I would imagine the 98 car is about to be parked and probably removed from the virtual racetrack. Let's have a look at the replay here. So it comes out onto the track. Maybe trying to get to pit road. Not sure here. Oh, well, you know what? I take it back. That one wasn't really his fault.
Victim of circumstance, but it looks like he does a U-turn on the speedway.
Yeah.
Cause more problems.
So, okay, keep an eye on Roger Saucier, the Red Bull car. Jake Grout in behind him in the 49. We'll roll the replay.
He just gets around on his own.
Yeah. Not quite sure which driver that is. Can't quite see from here, but yeah, just a hip check there. And Miner comes back out onto the track. Doesn't make the U-turn happen. And unfortunately, caution flag comes out.
They say that you cannot park there, but hey, speaking of parking, where you're driving to work tomorrow, don't forget, new BFP out on Spotify.
Yes, a new episode actually out now as we try to record tonight's main events. The new episode is out. Maybe give it a couple of minutes before you listen to it. We got some racing to enjoy here as we're ready to send them off one more time. Jocelyn on the hammer. Green flag back in the air. Into turn number one now, and where's, goodness, we've been saying it all season long, but where has Ryan Kuhn come from already? Mast Hirschman himself in the 72 rolls the outside on John Gahan. Gahan puts up a fight in the 27. Nate Barth and Ryan Borges are there as well. Gahan could be a dark horse tonight if he can put together a good run. About 21 laps into this one as we hit the stripe. Jocelyn in the 83 continues to lead Leclerc in the 33.
This is where it's going to be interesting for Kuhn because he's got two wide action and they are pretty stuck next to each other in front of him.
Drivers do have one fast repair that they could use. A couple of cars getting together down the backstretch. I believe that was Roger Saucier off the pace. Casey Beati in the 45 is on his way forward. So we stay green here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Woodrow in the 60. Kuhn kind of bounced it off the fence there off turn number 2. He maintains his pace, holds on to the top 5 for the moment. The sun begins to set here in southern Florida. Oh, Nate Barth gonna go around, clears himself off the front of somebody. I believe that was Borges maybe. The 04 car is no longer in the top 10. as he was just a few moments ago.
I was about to say it's going to be interesting to see how some of these guys with the 60 and guys like Barth race, how they race Kuhn and Borges. We saw the car with Ryan Kuhn's name on it kind of pull over and just let Ryan Kuhn go. So it's interesting to see the different dynamics between friends and not friends, so to speak.
Yeah, this may be a virtual setting, but when these drivers get behind the wheel, they get in the cockpit, it's no holds barred. They are not helping one another unless they've got a plan in mind. It is all-out warfare at New Smyrna. So just past the 1/4 mark, the Riptide Rumble 100 rolls on as the sun begins to set. And it's Leclerc in the 33 leading the charge. Adam Jocelyn in the 83 car looking for win number 1 this season. He's been close, hasn't been able to crack through to victory lane. But tonight could be the night. He's got Thomas and Boudreau in behind him. Ryan Kuhn rounding out the top 5. And just as I say that, Ryan Kuhn picks up another position. He's knocking on the door now of the podium. But you know that 72 car is not going to be content with 4th.
No, he's really going to start pushing the envelope here as we get to the around the halfway mark. The question is, does everyone have the gas they need to make to the finish? And do we have another stop in our future?
Well, we've only had a couple of cautions, but John Gahan is going to get tore up on the front stretch. Heavy hit into turn number 1, and the 27 car was into the air.
He is not pleased.
Yeah, Clemens in the 67 was not happy about that one, but Gahan, as the caution flag comes out about 30 laps into this one, Gahan had a solid night going. And just, I don't know. I'm not sure how to call that one, but it doesn't end up the way he wants it to. Caution flag out at the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll find a replay here. He's a little loose off turn 4 already. Oh, okay. So at New Smyrna, the way the front stretch wall goes, it kind of comes back in on itself just past the halfway point. And I believe that's how the 67 kind of bounced off the side of the 27.
You'll see that happen a lot here down the front stretch.
Well, yeah, kind of trying to drive that car out of the crossover gate. And just finds himself the wrong way around down in turn 1, so the caution flag back out. Well, Mason, we've only got 1 race left to go after this. The finale next week at the Five Flag Speedway. Are you excited for that one?
I am, because I'm actually, this being my first DQ of the year tonight, and I've missed a few non-Triple Crown races, but I'm sitting top 3 in Triple Crown points, so I need some luck to get have a shot at those Kuhn and Borges and those guys, but I'm knocking at the door. I've got to mathematically have a shot.
Well, we'll see what happens in 1 week's time. Right here on the BFP Facebook page, you're going to want to tune in for that. I believe we'll get the 1-to-go signal this time. We'll see here. I think the lights are out on the pace car. Looks like they are. So Leclerc and Thomas now in the front row. Kuhn, Boudreau, Ryan Borges, Jason Ricker, Casey Beati, Clemens in the 67. That's your first 4 rows. Not sure where the 51 car is going. He's got a wave around, but he's got him a long way to catch up. The leader's already firing the box. Green flag in the air.
Might be the best for him to get some laps by himself for a little bit.
One driver who wants some laps by himself now is Ryan Kuhn and Ryan Borges. Casey Beati there as well. The top 3 we've seen all season long. Kuhn in the 72 up to the runner-up spot. From the front of the grid to the tail of the grid, and now back up towards the front. the Massachusetts driver, your defending Pro All-Star Series champion, now into the runner-up spot. We got big junk on the backstretch, big time carnage. Off turn number 2, caution flag comes back out. Timmons involved, Conover involved, Nate Barth was involved. See the replay here. And Timmons is sent into the wall. And you and I know Bobby. He will for sure have some words to say about that one. Probably not words you can air over the internet, you know.
The question is, who will come out, the driver, Bobby Timmons, or the race director? Oh, he's mad at the 04 of Nate Barth.
Oh, that's going to be unfortunate.
I think Nate Barth just asked him to work on his car, too, so I think he got his answer.
The 84 car was involved as well. Conover in the 97 kind of gets piled into. Roger Saucier involved once again. John Gahan trying to rebound from his spin. He is collected as well. My goodness, we talked about patience before, but these drivers are not exercising any towards the back of this field. So Bobby Timmons going to work his way around the pace car.
He's got a altered aero package on the front end of that car at the moment.
Yeah, or maybe running some super modified aero tips. I don't know if they're going to work on a late model stock, but you know Bobby, he's going to try whatever it takes.
Late model stocks are tough vehicles, and it might. I've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, imagine if you raced ATVs on Saturday night. That's about the racing you get with late model stocks. So he'll head down into the pit area.
My joke when I'm in the straight rail world, I compare them to pickup trucks disguised as race cars. That's what a late model stock is.
Yeah, they're not easy to drive, and these drivers will tell you just that. Some of them have definitely got a handle on it more than others. We're about half a lap away from going green. Just under the halfway point here at New Smyrna, the Riptide Rumble 100. Field has dwindled down a little bit, but I don't know. We might still see some more carnage towards the ends of this one. Off turn number 4, once again, green flag back in the air. Will Kuhn be able to get the run down the backstretch? The RKM setup shop, number 72. Rolls the top groove. Casey Biotti doing the same. Ryan Borges said the 24 just trying to find any sort of space that he can. Clemens in the 67, he's having a good run. He was in line to pretty much win the Guardrail Memorial at Stafford. Had some heavy contact with the turn 3 wall that evening and was unable to find victory lane. But tonight, even with the scrapes he's found himself in, he's already up knocking on the door of the top 5.
Give a nod to Dylan Thomas. He's been hanging tough there in the top 5. Not really losing his place as these guys from the back come marching their way up with Borges and Kuhn.
Dylan Thomas in the 3 car has been one of the faster cars in the back half of the season. Just needs a little bit of luck. The competition is fierce here tonight. Looks like the 16 Trevor Ward is going to pull it down into the pit area. He may be done for the night. With 72, Ryan Kuhn, your leader out front, 46 laps into this one. Going to be 47 across the stripe, 53 to go. The high banks of New Smyrna Speedway here in southern Florida, nearly the birthplace of NASCAR. But tonight, is some good old-fashioned short track action as we round down the BFP iLate Model Stock Car Tour. Jake Grout, one of those drivers in the 49 car. We've got 52 laps left to go.
Grout kind of a surprising member of the top 10 to be at this point in the race, given the path that he's taken to get here.
The 49 of Jake Grout now up another position. He's up into 8th at the line. Dylan Thomas in the 3, the 24 Ryan Borges. They continue to do battle just outside of the top 5. Grout is there as well. Grout's up into the 7th spot, excuse me. And in behind him, Ricky and Ricker doing battle. The final top 10 spot. Adam Jocelyn, he maybe had a little bit of bad luck there in this race. Just past the halfway point of this one. Ricker's off the pace now in the 9 car. Yeah, not sure what happened there, but he fell back in a hurry. That'll put Jocelyn back into the top 10. But these drivers are spacing themselves out.
Bunch of guys hoping for a caution to get a wave around. Looks like we're pretty clean and green for the moment.
Yeah, the field has dwindled down quite a bit. If we have a look here, I mean, there's 15 cars in the lead lap. I think there's only, well, it says 24 left out on the racetrack. McKean has pulled off. He may be the latest car to call it an evening.
78 taking a look. Almost getting a little loose there off the corner, trying to get into the top 10, Ryan Rose.
Rose in the 78, not a driver we've talked a whole lot about in these events. Rose works his way under Boudreau. Boudreau was in the top 5 for a lot of this race and has fallen back outside of the top 10 now. Timmons, oh, he's going to be fired up now. I think he found the 27 at John Gahan. They had some more contact, but the Primer Princess has been beaten up here tonight at New Smyrna. Laps continue to click off. It's the Riptide Rumble, and we call it the Rumble for a reason. Nate Barth off the pace now in the 04 car. Timmons in the 13, just ahead of our leaders. We'll see there. He's chasing out Brian Conover. Not sure what his standing is with Conover, but they could kind of find themselves together, as it were, to put it nicely. They got to be careful. The leaders are coming.
Might have a lead of the 5. Beatty looking underneath Barth right there.
Not for position there, but Beatty works under the lap car. Up ahead of him, Plemons works his way up to the 2nd spot now, or he's going to try and do so. Clerk in the 33, he's got to be a bit rough with it. He'll be a bit rough. Plemons in the 67, is he going to clear for the runner-up spot? He'll do so, but there could be retaliation there.
This is the most passing that a driver named Leclerc has seen all season.
Yeah, the 33 car, not a driver we've talked a lot about in these events. Getting some seat time here at New Smyrna. I think these drivers tonight are lucky that this race isn't, 150 or 200 laps, especially Plemons. He finds the wall. They're trying to get around some lap traffic, 3 wide. The 1 car will
pulling up to them. He's going to make this a 3-car battle.
Now the 1 car was going to back off and let everybody go. And Beatty is there. He'll take advantage of what's happening. Close in on Plemons and Leclerc. Down the backstretch. Under 40 laps left to go. Still a long ways to go in this one. Anything can and probably will happen. Kuhn in the 13, or Timmons in the 13 goes down a lap to Ryan Kuhn. Clemens in the 67. He wants to shake loose the battle behind him, that final podium position. Casey Beatti has got a driver stop sideways across the front stretch. What is going on there? We stay...
Three and four drivers.
Yeah, and for the rest of the drivers in the field, that driver, I'm not sure who that was, but he was stopped in a bad position. Caution flag does indeed come out. Miscall the driver, but I'm not sure who that was.
All I saw was a flash of blue.
Yeah, we'll having maybe some technical difficulties behind the scenes. Working the broadcast as best we can, so we will stay with whoever we've got here. We know pit stops are underway, so you've worked closely with late model stock race cars. Pit stops, how are they important? What can you change? What can you do?
We rarely get to do them. When we do, usually it's just easy, quick adjustments, no hard parts. Oftentimes, if we don't have extra tires, you would see drivers swap tires front to rear. But I mean, the beauty for these cars, as opposed to the straight rail, the super late model community, we don't need as much stagger. So in a real life car, you might see a guy come in on a controlled caution or maybe a stage brake, swap a left front and put it on the right rear, or maybe vice versa. Because you're not that worried about stagger as you would be with a super late.
I suppose, and that's just the nature of the chassis. An offset chassis being more, putting more weight, I guess, on the right side of the race car really sticks out further, as opposed
and also
to
the
straight
locker rear ends. Locker rear ends help a ton.
Yeah, the rear ends will definitely help with that. So these cars are different. They may look a little similar now, but they are quite different under the hood, under the body panels. And you got to drive them differently as well. It's a lot of footwork, a lot of different left and right footwork, as opposed to just kind of driving off the right rear of the car.
One big difference, I don't know if it translates as much to the iRacing as is in real life, is the single piston brakes. These cars basically have brakes off a 1999 Chevy Silverado, as opposed to super lates, which have a more specialized, dual piston brake package.
Yeah, and, it's interesting too at a place like New Smyrna, where late model stock race cars don't really run throughout the year. I don't know if they ever do. Some of these drivers are just kind of driving them on the fly, driving them as best they can, as opposed to a place like Hickory or Myrtle Beach or a Southern National that we might go to.
I would compare this more to a Myrtle Beach with tighter corners.
Yeah, or if you kind of made Martinsville have a lot of banking in it. So we're going to find out here on the restart. Late in the going, green flag back in the air. It's the Riptide Rumble 100. Ryan Kuhn now out to the lead. Clemens and Casey Beatti in the 60s, or in the 45 car now doing battle. Up front, they'll continue to race side by side. They want to track down the 72 of Kuhn. Beatti is there in the 45, but he's got to back out of it. Clemens not letting him have it easy. The top three breaking away.
Clemens knows that's what he's putting up one heck of a fight. Saw him leaning on Kuhn there on the restart, and he's giving Beatti all he can handle right now.
He's got the hip check there. Beatti going to move him up the racetrack. The 45 says no thank you. I've got body panels at the shop. I don't mind, swapping something out if I need to. Hill's trade paint with the 67 once again. Another hip check. Maybe the nature of the racetrack playing a factor there. They'll continue to race hard. Ryan Borges is there, a former winner this season. He's knocking on the door of the top three. 27 laps to go at the line, and it's all Ryan Kuhn in the 72 looking for win number 6 this season. Unprecedented stats in our first season of BFP iLate Model Stock Car Tour competition. How about the 4-car of Roger Saucier? He's been beaten up, battered, and bruised tonight, and has not given up. That 4-car is knocking on the door of a good finish. Justin Gaillou.
43. I think that might have been who we saw in the press picture. That blue looks familiar.
I think we're going to stay green. Justin Gaillou will pull it off the racetrack. It's just not your night some nights, and the 43 car is realizing that. Adam Jocelyn in the 83. He's back up towards the top 5. Dylan Thomas there in the 3. Battles all around this racetrack. Jason Ricker is there, and that's the battle for the final top 10 position. He's got 11th at the moment. Jason Ricker holds on to it. Bobby Timmons on our screen now tried the low move. We'll keep an eye on the leader here. The 72 continues to click laps, but he's got the 67 in behind him. And it's 2 car lengths between the top 2, another couple of car lengths back to Casey Beati in the 3rd spot. Ryan Borges is there, but not enough to make it a 4-person dance up front. 22 laps to go as they head down the backstretch. So Aaron Clemens coming off a good weekend racing at the New London Waterford Speed Bowl, and translating some of that success now to a runner-up finish at the moment. But he's closing in, and the 67 is making the 72 nervous. Kuhn has got pressure for the lead as they close up on Nate Barth. We've got an in-car view. Clemens here really wheeling that race car. He sticks to the bottom groove a little better than Ryan Kuhn can. Is that going to give him an advantage? We're in the final 20 laps of this one.
Over the last couple laps, he's gained almost an entire 10th. I don't know if Kuhn's just holding back a little bit, maintaining the gap, but Clemens is coming.
I think right now, if you're Ryan Kuhn and you see the lap car of Nate Barth,
no! Clemens, big trouble.
Oh, Clemens, I think that was Bobby Timmons stopped up against the outside wall. Caution flag comes out, and Aaron Clemens is all kinds of tore up. Yeah, that car is smuckled here tonight. Oh my goodness.
Hopefully he saved his, and Dylan Thomas involved as well.
That's going to be a tire down on Dylan Thomas's car. Not sure what happened there. Adam Jocelyn, good avoidance for the 83 car. Goodness. You've got the inside view and driver chatter as clean as it can be. What are the drivers kind of talking about?
Right now it's kind of a comical. Clemens is a little more. You can tell he was caught off guard by the Timmons mobile being there, based on how late Kuhn made the move.
So we see here the 60 car. Boudreau catches the grass, has it kind of saved. Hooks up onto the racetrack, and nowhere for Bobby Timmons to go in that one. So race control maybe not happy with the 60 car. Bobby Timmons probably not happy with anybody north or south of the Mason-Dixon at this point. Well, final 15 or so laps to go in this one. We've seen a lot of shake-up here. We've seen a lot of drivers have good runs turn sour, a lot of sour runs turn back into good ones. Right now, Ryan Kuhn knocking on the door of win number 6 this season. He has got Casey Beati to his outside. He's got Ryan Borges to his backside. What are these drivers thinking in the final few laps of this one?
If you're Kuhn, you're thinking just get a clean start. If you're a guy like Jocelyn, you're thinking, how do I pressure these guys and hope for a mistake? A guy like Clemens, you're probably just saying, hey, how can I get back to at least where I was, at least top 5?
Yeah, for somebody like Adam Jocelyn, it's not just one fast car that you've got to really deal with. It's 3. It's been the 3 best cars we've seen all season. You know, you can throw Brent Roy and John Peters in there as well, but Adam Jocelyn is just itching to get back to victory lane. He's you know, a medium-time go-kart star at the state of Maine, so that 83 car is going to be itching for victory tonight. Pace car ready to pull off in a few moments' time. But a dozen or so laps left to go when we hit the stripe. What can the RKM number 72 do on this instance? Hammer down, green flag in the air. We got one around. The 33 goes around.
Tyler Leclerc never had to do no Leclerc has ever had to do an actual restart.
Yeah, we head down the backstretch. We stay green. Casey Beati is closed in on Ryan Kuhn. How about Adam Jocelyn up into the top 3? Jocelyn wants some hardware tonight. He'll have to hold off Ryan Borges. Don't know if Borges has enough to put his car back into the top 3. It is very tight competition between about the final 15 or so cars left out on the racetrack. 10 laps to go as they hit the line there. 10 to go in the Riptide Rumble, and it's all Massachusetts' own Ryan Kuhn as he heads down the backstretch.
Well, see, you know Jocelyn is hoping Beati can get there and start to ruffle Kuhn's feathers, so maybe they can have a 3-4 car battle as the 31 goes around in turn 2.
31 car around down the backstretch. We stay green. Clemens. Yellow is out once again. Oh, goodness. This is going to make things very, very interesting for the final few laps of the Riptide Rumble 100. We're going to go 2 to green. Not going to waste any time. We want to see this thing end under green. We're going to get the drivers involved in their positions, whether that's on the racetrack or in the pit area or loaded onto the trailer, back up I-95. Wherever that may be, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go green this time by. Drivers have got to get on the gas in a hurry. And Mason, we've only got a couple laps left to go. This is going to be fantastic racing.
If I'm Beati, I'm putting it on the passenger side door of Kuhn coming through 3 and 4. I'm not giving him any room to be comfortable. And if I'm Jocelyn, I'm all over the rear bumper here.
Yeah, Jocelyn not getting a good start there. Clemens in the 67 to the inside. 3 wide move for Clemens. He wants to rebound from what could have been a runner-up finish.
He might have enough tire.
Jocelyn there in the 83, he'll lose the spot. Oh, Clemens gonna go around. Oh my goodness, wow. A heavy crash there. Wow, Borges.
Scaled one into the pits.
Yeah, Ryan Borges had the literal weight of the world on top of his race car. What happened there? The Interstate Race Control has had just about enough. So we're going to thin the field down even more, see what happens.
Hair trigger up here in the control booth.
Well, you said it, not me. only a couple laps left to go. The Riptide Rumble 100 has really shaken things up. Roger Saucier is in the top 5. Roger Saucier has been involved in a number of cautions tonight. He's been backwards. He's been into people. Wow. Turning it around. Matthew Venant in the 7th position as well. He's had a solid run. I believe he's running the 84. Yeah, he's up into the final few positions. We've only got about 10 cars left to go. Green flag in the air. We are racing once again. Ryan Kuhn into turn number 1. He's wasting no time. Down the backstretch. How about Jake Grout in the 49? Talk about a driver that has not had the best of nights, but the 49 car is up into a podium finish. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Ryan Kuhn now looking for win number 6 as he heads down the backstretch. One final time, drivers driving each other into the fence. Matthew Venant involved. Checkered flag in the air. We will see Ryan Kuhn back in victory lane one more time.
I expected a better shot from B80 there going into 3, but an excellent drive by Kuhn and a well-deserved win.
Oh, goodness. All right, we're going to... You know, we've seen a lot of chaos here tonight. I'm sure a lot of these drivers just want to get home and kind of debrief on the finish of this one. But let's hear it for the winner of the Riptide Rumble 100. Let's hear it for Ryan Kuhn. Goodness. We've got man himself, Charlie Sanborn, up in the booth with us. Charlie, that was that was a junkyard wrestle, as it were.
That was a lot. Yeah, for sure. Had some computer troubles again, so we didn't make the show. So I ended up spectating, watching the live stream with you boys up here, and you did a hell of a job. Thank you again.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk to a couple of drivers here. We've got Casey Beati, who finished runner-up here tonight. Casey, once again, coming from deep in the field, racing with Ryan Kuhn. We've seen it all season long. Talk about the battle you had.
Oh, I know. It was definitely a hard battle, and I know I got caught up in a wreck early and was able to pick my way through the field and kind of follow Kuhn and see how he was passing people and getting underneath people, and definitely a fun battle. I was hoping I had a little more for him there at the end, but just unfortunately I didn't.
You had a fantastic season so far. You got 1 race left to go at the Five Flag Speedway. What can we expect out of the 45 car?
Nothing, because I hate the place.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. That's Casey Beati, second place run here tonight. Let's talk to your winner. Once again, the 6th-time winner this season, the 72 of Ryan Kuhn. Ryan, you had some challenges there, but tonight it looks like you were the best on the restarts.
Well, I have the same hatred Beati has for Five Flags for this place, so I'm very, very happy to come home here with a win. I think Clemens was the best tonight. He was really charging through at the end there, and luckily we were able to get the track position and was able to play it really smart and get the lead.
You talk about playing it smart. A lot of drivers near the rear of the field were not doing that tonight. There was chaos upon carnage, upon nonsense. How do you handle that when the race, has a stop-and-go nature like that?
Just got to survive. I mean, just really getting through the mess, the carnage. Was able to do that tonight. Was only able to use 1 quick repair, so that was really helpful. But no, at the beginning it was really wild, just trying to get through all that mayhem. Was able to get through and gain about 13 spots in the first lap, but all in all, it was a good night.
Well, who got you to victory lane here tonight at New Smyrna?
I'd like to thank, first off, my real-life sponsor, Everett's Auto Parts, for the opportunity to be able to get home victory lane last weekend at Lee. Bernie's Liquors, Modern Auto Body, all my guys at RKM. We were able to get a 1 through 4 finish tonight for the boys. That was mighty impressive. Coastal Heritage Bank, 01 Designs, Justin Brooks Designs for this beautiful throwback scheme that I still have yet to change back to my regular scheme. You guys in the booth, Charlie and the boys putting this whole show on. This is a fun league.
Well, that's Ryan Kuhn, your winner of the Riptide Rumble 100 here tonight, and the third place finisher who hit everything but the lottery here tonight, still came away somehow with a top 3 finish. We're going to find out how that happened. Jake Grout. Jake, what happened here tonight?
You said it pretty much exactly right. Hit everything but the pace car.
Yeah, a busy night for you guys. You had to deal with a lot of chaos, a lot of carnage, and came through with the top 3. That has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good, but not the way I wanted to get it for sure.
Well, you got one race left to go next week at the Five Flag Speedway. How are you around Pensacola? Are we going to see the 49 car in victory lane?
I hope so. It's one of my favorite tracks on the sim and the late models, so hopefully I can carry that over to BFP and not get caught in all the carnage.
Well, we'll see how that goes in 1 week's time. So on behalf of everybody here at BFP Night in North America, Mason Dunn, the boys in the booth, Tom, the modified guy on the 1s and 2s, my name is Jesse Thompson. We will see you back here next Tuesday for the finale. You're going to want to be here for that, the final Triple Crown event. Until then, you're going to want to be locked in here to BFP. Remember to check out the new episode. It has dropped tonight. Until then, we will see you next Tuesday.